Test one, test two, you're gonna test me, I'm gonna test you. You don't like it, you can go for
Let's go, girls. And by girls, I mean just me. It's just me, guys. Welcome to another episode of Tess Talks 2.0. I'm so glad you made time in your busy lives to hang out with me for, I'm going to call it 35 minutes today. I don't know. I don't know how close we'll get to that. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. It just depends on how I'm feeling. And I've been feeling really crazy. So I got a lot to say. Okay, happy June, everyone. Happy Pride Month. OMG. You know, I love the gays. You know, I think the world of our LGBT community. Oh, I forgot the Q. Also the Qs. I fuck with it, okay? Heavily. And it kind of perturbed me, but it also made me so proud of Houston. So did you guys hear like the Texas Rangers aren't doing a Pride night this season? They're doing a faith and family night, which that's great too. Like, why can't you fucking do both, you weirdos? Texas Rangers already have a very racist past, and the name itself, like, remember when the Texas Rangers were just killing every Mexican they could? That was a thing. Look it up. So like already you're fighting your namesake, and then you're just gonna like pretend that society would be what it is without the accomplishments and enhancements of our leses and our gays. Okay, sure. Have fun with that. I didn't mean to like jump in and boom, like get on a pedestal really quick, but I love Houston, and even the term pride, I think the term pride like bothers people. And it's pride because there used to be such shame, like being in the closet is how people had to function. Like you had to hide your love for another woman. If you were a woman, you had to, you might not get a promotion, or you would get treated absolutely differently. And gay people, oh my God, don't get me started on gay men. Gay men would just get their ass fucking beat. Like it was a whole thing. And it's just so redonkulous. It's so redonkulous to try to take a stance against this amazing group of people. And I say amazing because I was like last week years old when I learned that my favorite Disney song, Part of Your World, was written by a gay man. I didn't know. I mean, I guess it would have been safe to assume, but Howard Ashman wrote Part of Your World, okay? And it was after his college sweetheart like died of AIDS. And during the production of it, he wrote, like when his partner was diagnosed with AIDS, in the last 3 years of his partner's life, he wrote The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. And these are all the songs about like fitting in. So like for Aladdin, it's that riff raff, street rat, I'd home by that. For Beauty and the Beast, I'm not sure what song he wrote for that, but I'm trying to figure out. Probably one about fucking being a beast. I don't know. And then for Little Mermaid, it's like, what would I give to live where you are? What would I do to lay there beside you? And you know, I'm paraphrasing here. It is my favorite song, and I actually could sing it. Hold on, let's see. I just don't understand how a world full of such wonderful things could be bad. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? And that's what she talks about her doodads. But when she talks about, you know, like just wanting to be somewhere where she's not even allowed, like that all just checks out. And it's so beautiful. And it kind of brought a little tear to my cold heart. And if you want to hear something even more precious, like The Little Mermaid was actually written by a guy after a man he loved rejected him to marry a woman. And that was the thing. It's like if you wanted a family life and you wanted to have children, you couldn't adopt a kid together. You couldn't say we're going to do in vitro, you know, if you're a lesbian couple. And it's just, I'm glad we've come such a long way. And then the Texas Rangers just go and shit on themselves, you know? And it's like, okay, another reason why Houston is just so superior to Dallas. And guys, this is coming from a hardcore, someone who grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan. Like I used to think the world of that city. And I do think their skyline is cuter than ours sometimes. Actually, I'm looking at our skyline right now. It's undefeated. And the hustle town and the culture and the be someone and who we are as a city. Like, I'm like more inclusive in that way because I'm like, no, we're all Texas cities. We can all be fun and friends. But Dallas just sucks, bro. It just sucks. Like, I have no desire to be in that city. And if I ever get a job there that pays really well, I am going to take it. But hopefully I can do it remotely. Okay, so anyway, that was so happy June, right? Like, June's fucking here. What holidays do we have this month? We have Father's Day. Oh, I'm definitely gonna cry on that little day. What else? What other things are going on in June? Well, Love Island has kicked off with a bang. I am, of course, watching Love Island because it's important, because I have to dedicate my new nightly routine with Trav is to, like, okay, we all settled, dinner ready, okay, turn on Love Island. And this new cast, I gotta say, they're pretty good. There was an update on an old cast member, Huda. If you guys remember Huda, she was like the extremely toxic, I think she was Armenian or like Persian vibes. I forget what her ethnicity is, but beautiful. I mean, like, just gorgeous, drop dead, knockout. But she is so toxic. And one of her boyfriends, who was not in the villa, she got like a boyfriend, like a rapper boyfriend, I think, outside the villa. And she's become quite famous. She's done all kinds of ads. I mean, her popularity, there are Huda defenders. Well, she got a restraining order granted. There was a restraining order granted against her because she showed up at her boyfriend's baby mama's house, and she was like waiting for a car, like, is one of these like gated communities, like kind of what I have, like the garage only opens if you have a little sensor. And she like ran in after and tried to get in and got into the building. Fucking crazy ass. So yeah, so there is a girl who kind of gives me Huda vibes, but not quite to that level yet. But she's also dealing with some sort of F-boy. And I was co-hosting on Hello Houston, which is on the NPR Houston station here in town, 88.1. And he was asking me, you know, it was the Thursday, and they do Thursday obsessions. And I told him Love Island, you know, because for all those people who used to love The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, this is it on steroids. This is like so it's borderline, like, you know how some people like to watch, I think it's called voyeurism, I don't know. But like, there will be like a chair at the foot of a bed in a hotel or something. That's what it feels like to watch Love Island. On God. Okay. Also, there is discourse all over TikTok because what they wear at Love Island during the day, they all wear these like skimpy little bikinis. And then when there's challenges, they wear, you know, different color bikinis and outfits and dressing up and dominatrix and virgins. It's like a big bachelorette party. And there's so much spit swapping. Like, you kiss, like, it's a kissing challenge and you're blindfolded. Like, it's like, I cringe watch it. And one of the girls, oh my gosh, Beatriz, she is a Paralympian and she's really cute. And she's probably one of my favorite girls because I feel like has her head screwed on mildly straight. But she has Invisalign and you can see the spit stuck in them. That is like a petri dish of a show. And yes, like I said, I will be tuning in every single night. Okay, so that is what's going on. But can you imagine if I'm going to be in a bikini, which I love. Listen, I love being in a bikini. I've had most of my body lasered, so I don't grow hair as thick as I used to, and I barely shave. And Travis always makes fun of me because he says I have these little patches on my legs, like where they'll just be like 4 or 5 random, very long hairs. And it's like, I don't feel them in the shower. It's smooth. So the one place I did not get lasered that comes with a vengeance that I like do have to keep up with, my toe hair, like my big toe hair, I just need to wax it or get it lasered again. Like, but I feel silly, like going in for an appointment. Like, yeah, I'm just the toe, just two big toes, please. Thanks. Zzz, zzz, zzz. That'll be $50. Okay. So, but can you imagine being in a bikini 24/7. Like I said, I like being in a bikini. I don't have a big hairy situation anymore because of laser. I like walking around. But even then, like I have my bloated days. I have my day after I just eat. Obviously, I don't want to wear a bikini while I'm eating. Like, or if I'm just like having a day where I don't feel well, like why the hell would I be in a bikini? And these girls are in the skimpy, and they all have smoking bods, like smoking hot bods. And I will say this year, there's a freaking, hold on, there's a fire truck. We'll just let that go. Oh yeah, this is a good time. My name is Bobby Jokes, and this is episode of Tess Talks 2.0. Okay. I think the ambulance is over. And did your grandma ever do this? My grandma used to do this. Anytime there was an ambulance, she used to make the sign of the cross. And she'd say, do a silent prayer for whoever's in there or whoever they're on their way to get, and for the drivers and for everyone. Isn't that so lovely? I mean, what a good little practice to do and to pass on to your daughters and your granddaughters. I miss my grandma so much. Did you guys know my grandma Sophia, spelled Sofia? Her name, we use that as the middle name a lot for some of the granddaughters. And mine isn't Sophia, but my sister's is. So my sister's Allison Sophia. And then of course we named the baby, Allison's baby, her first name is Sophia. And she is just so sassy. She's kind of mean. The other day, my mom FaceTimed me because my mom knew I was kind of having a rough day. And so she called me when she had the baby. And as soon as I answered, I said, hello. And she goes, Tessa. And I go, yes. And she goes, my Mimi, like talking about my mom. And I go, well, your Mimi is my mommy. And she goes, no. And I go, yes, yes. And she started crying. She was pissed. And she goes, no, Tessa, hang up, hang up. She did not want to talk to me. And she hung up on me. So anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about Clench Island. Love Island. These girls are wearing these skimpy bikinis. And it's like, dude, you're eating, it's 24/7. Like, can you imagine going and you have like stomach issues one day, or you have like bubble guts one day, or you eat something weird, or you're having protein, like, and you're mic'd up the whole time? Like, do you just go fart and blow up the toilet and take 1,000 Tums every single day? One of the old castmates, Taylor, was like, it should be called Clench Island because we're constantly holding our farts in. And I was like, damn, okay. Granted, they will all probably get multi-million-dollar deals after this. Not multi-million, but they'll be famous. They'll be, influencers and celebrities, and all they had to do was hold in their farts and clench it up for one summer in Fiji. Fiji looks beautiful, by the way. Okay. What are your summer travel plans? I'm already getting the bug. I booked a ticket to go see my friend Gigi, who lives in Paso Robles. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly into San Jose, and I'm going to take the Amtrak train, beautiful train, very scenic route through San Luis Obispo, and I'm going to take it to Paso Robles. So I'm very excited about that. It's like a 3 or 4 day trip, probably 3 days with like bookends. So maybe 5 days. And it's just been too long. I usually try to see Gigi twice a year. I feel like I haven't seen her in a year. She was on probation for her fire department there in San Luis Obispo. Gigi ran track and field. She did track and field in college. She is one of the most awesome people that I know. She is extremely conservative, so our viewpoints don't always line up. Actually, we do California conservative and Texas conservative, I feel like, are two different things. But she is very adamant about some of her views. And you know how some people are like, how can you be friends with someone who voted against this and that? And it's like, well, they just have a different way of thinking. But when I've been down and out, or when I've needed something, like, this person has been there for me, and I try to judge them for that. And if I'm wrong on that, then like, so fucking be it. So be it. I just think we're going to get further in society being kind to one another. And I don't think it's a left versus right thing anymore. I think we're in a class war. I think that it is elites versus the middle class, which is disappearing. I think it's us versus data centers. I think it's tree defenders versus corporate billionaires who want to just kill our earth and our nature and our environment. That's what I think the real battle is. I think it's greedy corporations trying to squeeze every last penny out of their workers, and I think it's the disappearing of pensions. I think it's not paying women enough. I think those are the real enemies, not like my friend Gigi, who happens to be like, I don't even know something she would say that I wouldn't agree with. But so yeah, that's how I feel about that. And I'm very excited because Paso's wine country. And I didn't get to go to Fredericksburg this year. I think it's too hot. I like going in the spring, early spring. And I just think, yeah, I've missed my Fredericksburg. I think Fredericksburg in the fall, we'll have to maybe try to put that on the calendar. But I'm excited to go try some wines. I'm going to get with my friend Danny Garrido, who has been on Houston Life before as a wine specialist. She is amazing. So I'm going to hit her up and be like, hey, give me 3 top wineries that you would visit in Paso. So I'm going to hit her up for that. I'm very excited. And let's also talk about some other stuff. So speaking of great friends, I had my friend Jody over for a pool day. We shucked around, and by shucked around, I mean the night before her and her boyfriend Taylor came over, Travis and I went to Whole Foods and we did the 12 for 12 oyster special, and we got oysters from Washington, we got some Blue Points, and we got one from one other East Coast region, and we just got 3 dozen. And when you say, because I think the seafood, the mongers back there are so used to like, fuck, I'm gonna have to shuck 3 dozen oysters for all these people. Travis has gotten really good at it, so he tells them, and man, just throw them in ice, like we're not gonna open them until tomorrow, I'm gonna shuck them. They give us extra, like they gave us a ton of extra oysters, and they were delicious. We did a mignonette. We cut a shallot very finely with some red wine vinegar. It was amazing. What else? We had horseradish. Oh, here comes another ambulance. Okay, well, it's time for another prayer. Hold, please. Okay, so we had these delicious oysters. I also made a really good michelada. Now, ideally, a good michelada to me has the clamato, and then you pour a little bit out, and then you pour some soy sauce in there. You pour some Worcestershire sauce. You put some pickle twang. You put a little bit of pickle juice. You put a hot sauce that you like in there. You put a little celery salt, and then you squeeze like, let's say 3 to 5 limes and a lemon if you have one. And then you mix. I might be missing a couple of ingredients there, but then you have that on deck for when your company comes over and it's nice and cold, and you can just add it to an agua mineral. You can add it to a soda water, like a Topo Chico, if you're not drinking. And then if you are, like we had Premier's, also Negra Modelo is also a delicious michelada beer. So I had so much fun, but before they even came over, so we got the oysters the night before, and then we woke up at the ass crack of dawn to be first at Sharpstown. So we went, and we were still not first. I think there were like 3 groups ahead of us, but we played a little golf, and it had just rained. Kind of played in the mud and the muck. It felt like playing in the bayou. And one of my balls on the back 9, so we started on the back 9, and I packed us a little treat. So we had some boiled eggs and some cheese or whatever. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Back 9, let's go. I shanked my first drive, and I was like, damn it, this is like not how I wanted to start the back 9. So I'm like, it's like tall grass, and my balls are the Callaway pink balls. Shout out my old producer at Houston Live, Heather Consteiner. She got me the cutest Callaway pink balls. They are my favorites, and I really go out of my way. Like, I try, if I can play a whole round without losing a ball, I'm so proud of myself, okay? So I didn't want to lose this one especially, and I'm like, just looking in the tall grass. Finally, I'm like, fuck it. I did bring an extra ball. I drop it so I can like hit it back into play. As I'm like lining up, I feel my left foot on fire. I look down, guys, my shoe was covered in ants. So I go, ants! And I like high step it out of there. I throw my club, I throw the ball, and I'm like going, and Travis is like running over to me. I'm peeling my sock off. I'm peeling my shoe off. I'm just like trying to get it off. I got bit probably 5 times, 3 really good ones on the front of my ankle, like boom, 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 little like, oh God, they were so itchy and so red. And my foot was even kind of swollen that first day. So that was awful. And then we were about, and Travis was like, fuck that ball. Do not go back and get it. I was like, no, it's one of my pink ones. Let me just look while you're teeing off. Like, and I get situated because my feet were soaked anyway, because it was like mushy and muggy out there. And oh my gosh, I didn't realize like the golf shoes were just going to absorb all this water. So it was like every time I stepped, it was like stepping on a sponge. It was so gross. Luckily, I had an extra pair of socks. So I'm like, let me just go see. Have my sandals in there anyway. So I'm like, let me go look. And I look, and good thing I went back to look, because not only did I find the ball, I didn't step on another ant pile, I had also forgot that I'd thrown my club. So I would have been down a pitching wedge. So, okay, cool. So then they come over, we come back and they came over and it was really fun. It was good catching up. I love Jody and Taylor because they're eaters like me and Travis. Like they brought equally good snacks. They brought like this jalapeno cheese popper dip that you get at HEB. And that was fantastic with chips. We also had some ceviche from La Fisheria, and we just had beers and combos, and it was really good. And Taylor and Travis went down to the golf simulator. Me and Jody went to the sauna. We caught up in the hot tub. It wasn't the best weather, but we still had a really good day. Like we made the best of it. It was overcast and rainy in the afternoon. So our pool day was it kind of rained on our parade a little bit, but it was still really, really fun. So that was a good time. I've also been doing a lot of cooking lately because we did make that huge Costco run, and I didn't want, we spent damn near $700 at Costco. We did get the Skylight calendar, which I love the way it looks. Have I utilized it as best I can? No, that is the truth. But I'm going to get on it. I'm trying to get more organized. I'm doing freelance stuff now. So it's like, I have to keep track of my W-9s, my bank accounts, my this, the house. Like it feels like I want an assistant, but I'm not working. So I have to be my own assistant. Anyway, so I've been trying to do a lot of cooking, speaking of, because I'm not working. I'd like to take my time. I made such a good tuna salad. I did like grilled corn. Well, it was roasted. It was like broiled in the oven corn. So it did have some char marks on it. It had apples in it. Follow me here. Celery, pickles, onion, parsley, lime juice, onion powder, salt and pepper, little bit of olive oil, some mayonnaise, and Greek yogurt. And it was really, 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 really good with salt and vinegar chips. That was good. If you notice, guys, I'm not on my Wegovy shot. Like I'm not on my GLP-1. And I'm kind of just enjoying being a little thicker this summer. Tell me if you think this reason is dumb, because I have kind of felt dumb. So for me, skinny was always like a number on the scale. So like 150 for me, I'm 5'5". And I'm like, okay, if I'm 150, oh my God, that means I'm so skinny. So I'm always like chasing. Always around 151 to 153. I usually wake up at 151, go to bed at 153. And I'm like, oh, I just want to be under 150. Well, then this dumb bitch on TikTok was like saying that people who weighed 160 pounds didn't deserve to wear shorts in the summer. And I was like, you know what? 160 is actually a really healthy weight. And so now around these, like this past like 2 or 3 weeks, I've like just been letting myself not go, because I'm still working out. I'm still eating really clean. I'm just like not monitoring my scale like that. And if I want to have an extra treat, I'm having an extra treat. And I've been kind of getting seconds too. So now I'm hovering around like waking up at 155, going to bed at like 157, 158. And I'm pretty fucking happy. My skin looks good. Did I tell you guys I got a facial from Face Foundry? I don't know if I told you guys this last time in the podcast. I'm just going to remind you guys, because I'm not kidding. At least 5 people, 2 verbally and 3 in messages, have asked me about my skin routine because it has looked good. I think it's just been so long since I actually did anything to my face, like had a facial, that it was like, oh, wow, there is actually like some brightness and some like healthy glow underneath all that skin. So what I did was I did the Face Foundry in Pearland, the Pearland Town Center. There's this new facial place. It just opened up. and I got a Hungarian massage, which is like kind of like a massage for your face where they do like cupping, like a workout for your face, like facial cupping, which kind of sounds sexual, but it's not. Honestly, that's fine. Also did a dermaplaning, and bro, that glow has kind of lasted me. My makeup's been going on smoother. And I was kind of bummed too because there was this other facial place that I had reached out to like do a collaboration with, and they had kind of left me on red. And then this other place just popped out of nowhere and I did it. And then that other place responded, and then they saw that I did a video with based on it, and they're like, actually, no, we're not going to do it now. I'm like, okay, good. And I try not to get mad because it's no one's fault. And it's like every business has a right to refuse service. They have the right to refuse collaboration. Like, that's fine. But I am trying to make it a self-care summer. So anything else cute I do, I will let you know. I've been juicing. We got a watermelon from Costco, and it wasn't all that. Like, she wasn't a star. You know, you didn't cut it and it was like, oh my God, this is a really good watermelon. And Travis picked one with like a good sunspot. But this one was just a little mealy. And sometimes I think when they're sold in bulk like that, I just don't know if I trust it as much. So anyway, I ended up juicing it, and I blended the juice and then I seeped it. So I took out all the pulp, which some people like the pulp for fiber and it's fine. But I got all the watermelon juice and I added one batch has just lime and salt. And I'm like, this is the electrolyte batch. This is the one for hydration station. Or you can even add some vodka to it. Anyway. And then this other one, I put cayenne pepper, turmeric, and a bunch of lemon juice. And like those were the 2 batches I made. So those were really good. Actually, I'm just thinking about it right now. That is what I'm going to drink as soon as I'm done recording this. So that was really good. The tuna was good. I wanted to also make a shepherd's pie because I have some pie crusts in the oven, but I ended up just making chili because I had the Holy Trinity. I had celery, bell pepper, and onions. And once I got that mixing in a roux, garlic, jalapeno, I like oven roasted a jalapeno. I ended up making a bomb chili. So that was really good. And I got a whole thing, like the deli meat when you go and you're like, can I get, this turkey at sliced thin at one? Well, I just bought that whole bitch, that big bitch. And I cut it in half, and then I got a whole pack of Munster cheese. So we've been eating sandwiches, but I said all this to say, I think I'm over it. I think I'm ready to go back into the universe, go to my favorite sandwich place, get my favorite salad, go to my pho place. Like, I've been cooking a lot at home and I'm ready to not do that. So I think Travis and I are going to go to lunch and have pho in a little bit. Actually, he should be done here. I'm on his calendar today. Okay. I'm on his skylight schedule. So yeah, that's all my food stuff. The Dixie Chicks album, A Long Way Around, the Grammy Award winning album of the year. It's called The Long Way Around. And apparently the 20th anniversary is this year. And they're playing a show in New York, dangerously close to my birthday. So, Travisito, if you're listening, tell my brother. Savannah, if you're listening, tell my brother. Tell anyone who wants to go to New York. I will sing all the songs that the Dixie Chicks wrote. Yeah. Okay, I will love that. So I just don't think that show being in New York on my birthday is a coincidence. Like, I feel like I'm just meant to go. I also love a good hike in New York in the fall where all the leaves are turning amazingly cute. So please, manifesting wizards, let's do that. Oh, I think his name's Jesus. Okay, thanks, Jesus. Appreciate it. I also saw a TikTok that said, it was talking about self-esteem. And it says, self-esteem comes from doing esteemed things. Being a good person doesn't win you any awards in life, but it does hold, I think, an intrinsic value of sorts. And knowing like that I'm not out here just being a taker, that I'm actually contributing to society, that makes me have more self-esteem. That makes me, I don't know, I guess just more confident in my decisions, and it feels good to be good. I think sometimes I can feel a lot of guilt if I honestly, I feel guilt. Like, okay, I'm going to tell you what I feel guilt about today. Okay. As I'm going to my garage, waiting for it to open, I see a guy delivering, he has a bag of McDonald's, so he's probably like a door dasher, and he's trying to get through on that side building. Now, I was in my car, but I very easily could have put it in park, came out and said, hey, dude, you want me to open that real quick? And like just made his life a little easier because he's out here grinding on the streets. But he probably has a code. The dasher, like, you know what I mean? Like going above and beyond to help someone. Sometimes I step on toes. I go overboard and people are like, whoa, that was like so much. But it's literally no skin off my back because I do things so quickly and fast. It's nothing to me. Like, it is nothing to me to help someone like that. Whereas my brother or my boyfriend or like even my mom would be like, no, my mom would help. My mom would say, yeah, go get out and help him. Maybe it's just like a men and women thing. I don't know. Maybe it's like an older sibling thing because it's just so easy for me to help. But also it's like, he's fine. That's an adult man. He's working. Leave him alone. You know? I need the discernment of when to stay in my lane and when to actually help someone. So I was like, should I have done that? Like as soon as the garage opened, I just kept driving. I'm like, oh my God, you could have helped him. So that's enough about my things I need therapy about. So let's talk about the ranch, okay? The ranch is a FIFA activation that I got a special invitation. It's Ben Berg Hospitality Group. Public content people invited me to go. So it was a bunch of influencers there. And Brian Ching was there with his wife, Lindsay, who's amazing. A couple of ex-Dynamo players who I am close personal friends with because if you don't know, I played with them in the Celebrity versus Veterans game at Shell Energy Stadium when I scored a goal. Okay, this event was yesterday evening and I stayed here. I worked out with Anieli yesterday. We had a great workout, but I was here at the apartment for most of the day. And it's like, at some point I knew I had to get ready for this thing. And I took the Metro, which is great. Boom, boom, boom. Walked down to the red line, got off at Main, took the purple line to Rusk. And then it was like a walk. When I got off the purple line, you guys, so Anigeli and I had done like a glute ab workout. It was like legs, glutes, and ab workout. Okay. When I got off the purple line, my left glute just activated and it was on fire. It felt like someone was taking a knife and stabbing me all in my nalga, all in my left butt cheek, stab, 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 underneath. And then it started to travel down the left side of my thigh and all the way down my calf. I felt like Beatriz, who only has one leg. I'm like, oh my God, amputate my fucking leg. Like, it hurt so bad. But I'm like, but normally with a cramp, it's like, walk it off. So I'm walking it off. I have 0.5 miles to get to the thing. So I'm like, you're fine. Just keep walking. It'll disappear. Fight through the pain, right? That's what I tell myself. I'm an athlete. Okay, go through the pain. You're just walking. Like, this is fine. It is getting sharper and sharper to the point where I have to lean up against a wall downtown at some building. And I'm like having labored breaths. I'm like, I'm about to fucking give birth to an alien that is my leg now because it doesn't feel like it's like, guys, I'm not even exaggerating. Okay. So as I'm doing this, you always see like a weirdo downtown. I was the weirdo downtown that was like breathing weird and what the fuck is it? Like, I would look at someone who was doing what I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch's problem? Literally, I would think that. I would judge me if I was doing. So I'm like against the wall and there's two cops because there's a lot of security down there for FIFA. That's like where the fan fest and all that stuff is going on. And tell me why these two cops, they're like looking at me, looking at each other, looking at me, and they go, are you all right? And I go, I have like the worst cramp I think I've ever had. And they go, would you like to go inside our station and sit down? And boom, there's a police station right there, right on the corner. It's like, I don't know what the street was. Was it Rusk? Maybe Rusk, right before St. Emmanuel. And I'm like, yes. So I go in, they're like, yeah, get in the AC, rest here. Look, listen, if anything goes down, you actually need an ambulance, this guy at the front, he'll help you. And I was like, thank you. And so I'm like looking at the guy and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, this is so fucking weird. Like, and so I'm like trying to move my toes, like trying to like move my feet, like seeing like what is this pain? Why won't it go away? And I'm just like fighting through it. And he comes out and he brings me some water. He's like, do you want a water? And I'm like, yes, thank you. He brings me a bottle of water. I chug it. And I'm like, okay, I just keep on. And the pain is like slowly going away. And guys, I'm like, okay, bye. Like, what the fuck was that? I had never in my life had anything like that. And I've played I've played 3-hour football games. I've worked out all day. I've played basketball tournaments back to back to back. I mean, I have done everything. And I've had cramps before. I've had cramps. I've had them in my shins. I've cramped up. I've like had paralyzing cramps. This was a slow, brutal burn. And if anyone knows what the hell that is, please feel free to email me, test1, test2 at gmail, because what the fuck? Anyway, so I go out and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to the party on my way now. And I did. And I went to the ranch and it was fun. And I saw a bunch of great people in there. There was a little photo booth in there. They were engraving fans, like an actual, like those fans that you open up. They were engraving those for whatever reason, I guess for all the fans in there. And then you had Laura Goodman. She is the painter of these big cowboy hats. If you went to the restaurant at Rodeo, God, what is a restaurant called at Rodeo? It's like the Cattlemen's Club. It's like a number, like 59 or 59 cattle or ranch, something ranch. That she has had an activation there, and now she has this display. This ranch has her artwork all over it. And I think she's from Round Top, Texas. And yeah, I've talked to her before. She dresses so fucking cool. She dresses like she's an icon, and she's an artist, and she's great, and she looks so cool. Like, some people just know how to accessorize, and she had a cool cowboy hat on, and she had like some cool funky jewelry. I'm just a huge fan of people that can put their wardrobes together in a way. I would consider myself somewhat of a fashionista, but not this level. Maybe one day, that's something to aspire to. So I have my drinks there. Also, one of the bartenders there, her name was Tish, and she was like, hey, I miss you on the buzz. I've listened to you for many years. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. So I had her come take a picture with me. There was also some people who recognized me from Houston Life. Of course, I say hi. I always want a picture. And yeah, everyone was really cool. But I forgot to mention, speaking of dressed, this place was kind of like a rave. Like, there was a DJ, and I was dressed like I owned a cottage in the Shire, and like I maybe also had packed a picnic. That's what I looked like. Everyone else looked very good. But what are you going to do? You're already there. I mean, I'm cute, so I don't fucking care. Like, you can, all these ravers can be raving. Rave with a picnic, girl. So I'm leaving there, and I had some light bites and stuff. But I definitely had a cute buzz going on. And you know what's right by there, down there, is my favorite place to have a nightcap, and that is the Secret Group. So I walked over there, and I was like, holy shit, it might be open mic night. Like, I'm feeling saucy enough to get in there and try to make some people laugh. Well, I go, and it's free, and the open mic didn't start till 11:30. Child. Comedic game, not for me if that's how late I have to stay up. I had to do a commercial for Legacy Ford today at 9 a.m. to be hair and makeup ready. So I was like, nope. But I went and I watched like 4 comics. I bought one of the comedians a drink because he was very funny, and I just saw him like during the intermission at the bar. And I said, oh, excuse me. I said, hey man, you're really funny. Please have a drink on my tab, but nothing over, like $20. Thank you. And so I got him a drink. I got myself a drink. And then I watched like 3 other comedians, and it was really fun. I caught an Uber home. I did not take the Metro home. I thought it was a little too late. And it's, maybe I don't think the Metro is sketchy. I just didn't feel like walking the other parts. And also remember, I had caught a cramp. So I just needed to get in a vehicle, and I did. And I got dropped off, and then I came and I watched Love Island. And it was great. It was a great little night, except that Travis was out till like 2 in the morning playing poker, which normally I would play with him. So there's no buy-in at Post Oak Ice House. If you go on Tuesdays, there's no buy-in, but every time you get a drink, they like give you chips and the blinds are constantly raising. I just want to say, I really enjoy playing Texas Hold'em. Like in another life, maybe I'm like Doyle Brunson, or I'm just a cowboy, or I'm just like, I'm either a poker player that stays up all night, then I can stay up late all night, or I'm one of those girls that rides horses with a dress on and they like shoot pistols at targets. Like, these are the types of things I fantasize about. Like, I'd be so good at that. Like, I just love... Listen, I'm all about self-care summer, but some nights you do need to stay out until 2 in the morning playing poker with strangers in Houston and like have a good fucking time and get like a little tipsy. Just make sure you don't drink and drive, okay? Love you, my babies. Love you, love you, love you. I feel like I've talked about a lot of stuff, but when I was at the secret group, there was this dude who's like going up to people asking them to sign a petition against no-knock warrants and the decriminalization of controlled substances like marijuana. And I was like, hell yeah. I mean, like, that made me feel good. I was like, yeah, I'll sign your petition. So I did that. I also wanted to really quickly, besides Love Island, it is the NBA Finals and there is a Texas team playing, okay? So it's Spurs versus Knicks. Okay, so they're up 2-1, but apparently Knicks fans were like beating the shit out of Spurs fans in the streets for no reasons. And for that reason, it is go Spurs go, because fuck that. We don't do that over here. I think it's the weakest shit you can do to gang up on someone. Oh, you have numbers and you're going to pick on someone. Like, it's basketball at the end of the day and you're going to fucking beat someone up. Ugh, scum of the earth, scum of the earth, scum of the earth. So that's that. Some people say like you're not a true Rockets fan, like if you're rooting for the Spurs, but I just don't believe that. I think that they should be cheering for the Spurs because of the Knicks fans' deplorable behavior. Also, speaking of, the Rockets sent me a care package and it had some of the Dunkstronaut logo on there. It had the mustard and ketchup colors that are back in the uniform style. So that was really fun. I also, speaking of fun, I went to Texans Media Day with my friend Other John, caught the Metro for that all the way to NRG. NRG is like on super lockdown because of FIFA. So I had to walk all the way around. They did come get me in a golf cart, but we went to go see behind the scenes of like the players all dressed up in their uniform doing their media. So there was a point where I was in the same room as CJ Stroud, Davis Mills, Aziz, Stingley, and literally, but I couldn't take a picture. We couldn't have our phones out. We couldn't talk to them. So it was much like like a human zoo, like no touching, no talking, no breathing loudly around them. But it was still, I guess, a pretty cool experience. I'm used to being on the other side of production. So the attention whore in me was like kind of dying. But maybe that's not a bad thing. Also, sty alert. I think I'm getting a sty in my eye. And because I don't have health insurance right now, I'm going to look up remedies on TikTok. So far, I've seen a warm tea, like a chamomile tea bag compress. I've seen rub warm garlic on your eye. I've seen this spray. I've seen tea tree oil, all kinds of things. So I'll just be, I've seen, do salt and warm water in a shot glass and then cup your eye and then tilt your head back and then blink your eye a bunch so the salt can get in there and sanitize it. I've also seen that. So I'll be doing, like a superset of all of those things. Okay. So that's what's new with me. Guys, the downloads look great. Everything is really, really good. I appreciate you guys sharing. Keep sharing. I'm still taking little projects here and there. Life is good. I'm trying to focus on what's going right and not focus on what's going wrong. I am guilty though. I do have my days where I feel like I let fear win. Those aren't good days, but I love doing this. And eventually I hope I can do this in a bigger capacity. So please, please, please keep subscribing, liking, and sharing Tess Talks 2.0. You can leave a review if you want. I forgot to talk about the biggest thing. Okay, so in bold in my notes, it says, I wish there was a Shazam for smells. And I do wish there was a Shazam for smells because I'm in the process of trying to find my new scent for the summer. And every time I get in my building elevator, it's like a fun little surprise for my nose. Like there are a lot of really good smelling people in my building. And I just wish I knew what some of these were, because some of them are so good. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then sometimes I get in there and I can tell there's been like a wet dog in there too. So, but whatever, they're all cute. All the little puppies need love, and they have to go potty when they have to go potty. All right, T loves y'all so much. I love y'all so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your time. Go have a kick-ass day. That's an order. Bye. T out. Mwah.